Here at Macau, we have cars on track behind the safety car. It's a safety car start for the Greater Bay Area GT Cup. These are GT4 cars. It's been quite a day here at Macau. Lots of really heavy rain overnight this morning have left us not only with a track surface that 2 hours ago was virtually undrivable, but it's also given us a timetable that's been blown asunder, and so races are hastily being postponed, reorganised, rescheduled, moved, shuffled, reduced, you name it, and starting in the case of this race from the pit lane. And there you can see, as the cars come down towards Lisboa, the safety car leading Deng Yi, who is the fastest qualifier, and tucked up behind him Han Li Chao, who has been the winner of the GT4 GT Cup Championship in China this year. The previous race was touring cars. You know what that means. It means there's bits and bobs to mop up and sweep away, and therefore a bit of speedy dry on the track needing to be negotiated.
Not as many as there could have been.
No, true. And we've also had a car, I think it was One Wei Wang's car, that has had to come from the pits for repairs as well after a drama on that first lap, even behind the safety car. So the track surface is drying, and we look forward to getting a green flag race underway. David Addison and Alan Hyde. Trackside, GT4 racing, if you follow GT, you'll know has become really successful, really popular over the years. And here we are looking forward to seeing a good fight between those two drivers at the front. The cars qualified on Friday. They had Saturday off, as it were, to effect repairs, but even that wasn't enough to put Alessandro Guiretti's Porsche back together. That's been withdrawn from the grid. The amount of damage that was sustained by the French driver, just too much, which is a real shame.
Big shame, big shame.
Now this race has a timetable moving and get them some racing mileage in. Important that they do have a couple of slow laps just to assess what the track is like and whether it's slicks or wet. We had touring cars before. Really slick's the way to go, but these are more powerful cars, so the drivers being given a chance to have a proper look at the track.
And a proper look at the track for us as well, as they make their way round, albeit not at race pace, but remarkable. If you maybe look back about 2 hours ago, there wasn't a dry area anywhere around the circuit, and now there is a dry line pretty much around most of the gear circuit here at Macau. It has dried really, really quickly. The safety car will come in this lap. The race is already underway, but when the safety car comes into pit lane, we'll be racing properly for the Greater Bay Area GT Cup, one of the mainstays of the programme here at Macau every year. And what a great collection it is.
I know there's a lot this weekend, but GT4 racing was a slow burn, but once it finally caught a light, it has really been a big success story. Lots of different brands represented, from Mercedes to Ginetta, BMW to Porsche, Toyota to McLaren, KTM, as well as Aston Martin and Audi on this grid. So it's a proper representation of a global GT4 picture, and we will go racing this time with the BMW of Deng Yi then up front, and Han Li Chao's Toyota GR Supra, which has been really energetically driven all weekend, right there behind. Third place, it is Lokar Chun, and then Kevin Say in the leading Mercedes AMG. He's been a race winner in GT3 machinery this year. A couple of victories he had within the British GT Championship.
So, as the field, a very, very big field of GT4 cars make their way down towards the start of this race in earnest. They have already completed now, coming up to the completion of 2 laps, but now they will be without the control of the safety car, and this could be very interesting indeed. Green flag is waved, so we get the race underway for 2024 for the Greater Bay Area GT Cup. The GT4 cars, and the top 2 have already broken away.
And great raughty sound the BMW and the Toyota make. So we've got 8 laps to go as they come over the line. Deng Yi versus Han Li Chao, and then Lokar Chun in third place. You're back to local drivers, but do not think for a moment that they're not committed, they're not quick, and they don't know what they're doing. And this is going to be a great scrap between 2 of the top GT4 drivers in the region. Deng Yi just ahead as they come now down towards Lisboa. The road getting drier and faster all the time, but you've still got to be now at race pace, able to judge your braking point for Lisboa. And very late on the brakes, Han Li Chao, the car squirming. He did a good job to get that stopped. And into the wall goes Deng Yi. Race leader headbutts the tyres. And now let's see whether everybody can miss him. The answer so far is yes. But now I'm getting a bit fearful that it might move to no. Up the hill heads Hanley Chow, and he's got away as we have a track blockage.
We certainly do. Down at Lisboa, no way through for the rest of the field. So the track absolutely blocked down at Lisboa, and therefore we have, in splendid isolation, a race leader in a Toyota threading up through the left-hander now at Maternity onto the Solitude S's. How many cars got through here? We thought the problem was going to be for the now race leader as onto the brakes at Lisboa, and then thank you very much indeed, the race leader goes straight on into the tyre wall at Lisboa.
Safety car deployed. Kevin Say was lucky not to get involved in that. There was contact from the Porsche behind, and then look, it was the Aston Martin that was the first one to just go wide, and bang, 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 nowhere to go. And an archetypal Lisboa accident. The road was only half open, and then blocked. So the safety car is deployed, and the marshals quickly now will try and open up the road and let people go, but then it's going to take quite a long time to catch up, as we saw the other day in the road sport race with the track blockage, a long time to catch up to this wave of cars.
Only 5 cars managed to get through, 6 cars, 7 cars as they thread their way up towards the back of the race leader's car. The number 21 car, that was going to be the car down at Lisboa that would have the problem, but remarkably held together. Big wiggle under braking for Lisboa, and you'll be surprised how quickly we can get this track blockage clear, because the cranes are in place. They are standing by throughout the 4 days of the Macau Grand Prix, and they scramble into action incredibly quickly, lift the cars out of harm's way. Marshals will already be thinking about clearing up any debris that's down there at Lisboa, and it will be a pretty quick turnaround to get this race back underway if the tyre wall is undamaged. So already the BMW, it's quite an odd sight, isn't it, when you see the erstwhile race leader's car being pulled up into the air, popped over to the other side of the barriers.
And then as quick as those cars are going to be released, and will tonk on to try to catch this queue of cars. But the problem is that it's going to be the best part of a lap between, if you like, Group A here and Group B, which is the second delayed segment, and therefore it takes a little bit of time to get them all connected into one long line again. So Hanley Chow in the Toyota Supra leads them through, and surprised actually that Deng Yi made that mistake, because he's a very accomplished, very quick driver, but just a little bit too much speed carried into the corner, and off he slithered.
He's under a huge amount of pressure.
He was, and I wonder whether that was what was the distraction, really. He was so busy looking at what was going on behind, he just missed his braking point, and off he went. Well,
he would have seen a Toyota in his mirrors wiggling from side to side into Lisboa, and maybe thinking, I can lead this and lead this alone, but unfortunately it requires a huge amount of concentration down at Lisboa to avoid those barriers, because even on the perfect line through the corner, you are oh so close to the tyre wall on the exit of the corner.
So there is the safety car, but it is in danger of having to stop in a moment, because there'll be a whole wave of cars, like 2/3 of a grid, stationary just ahead. So the race control team will be advising of what might be ahead. But all of this, I'm afraid to say, goes ill against the time slot. But if drivers are going to put the cars in the wall, then what can you do? So Hanley Chow making the run now as the race leader down towards Lisboa. And very speedy work by the marshals. I think has now got people moving. All sector 3 and 4 times are cropping up. So let's see what the road looks like. Pretty clear. Job done. Amazing, isn't it?
I did say it's incredible just how quickly they can get these cars out of the way. I wasn't expecting to see no cars there, but absolutely clear. Super work by the track workers and by the marshals as well. All things being well, we can get this racing back underway in a moment.
Yeah, and that also again shows the experience of Macau officials, knowing that, okay, we don't need to red flag it, we don't need to do anything as a knee-jerk, we just slow the rest of the field down, go to work, move that, move this, move that, good, we're away, road's clear, the safety car didn't have to stop, it's going slowly, I know, that's to try and let other people catch up, but the race has not needed to be suspended, as we've had people getting back and moving.
Good pace that by the safety car to allow all of that track work to take place, and they spread their way around. You can see really good in some of these, really well in some of these camera angles that look high down on the circuit, just how that dry line has emerged, which is great. Dry tyres on the dry line, superb. If you have to go offline, if you're thinking about overtaking, you are going to be on the damp.
True enough. So, as the field turns its way by, we have still one or two cars, including Terence Say's Mercedes, just going past us. So they are quite spread out. I think a few were a bit slower at getting going than others, but pretty much everybody is now moving. And I'm hoping that the race does not need to be suspended to let everybody catch up.
To catch everybody up together, yeah.
Hopefully the safety car can just slow down enough. Of course, the problem is you are under safety car conditions, so you shouldn't be going flat out, but you sort of need to go flat out to catch up. It's one of those catch-22 situations.
And it's a long circuit here at Macau, so it takes a while when you've got such a disjointed field to make up that time. So we'll wait and see what happens.
We said all of that as an argument, isn't there, to have two waves, because you've perhaps got fewer incidents and everybody wants to go racing and get some mileage in it now. Han Li Chao, the leader from Lokar Chun, and Liang Jiatong in third place. So the cars making their way up through Moorish and Police, and Han Li Chao in the Toyota. I agree with what Alan was saying. Very much it looked as though that was the car that might be in trouble at Lisboa, not the one who was behind of Deng Yi, but having probably made Deng Yi look in his mirrors thinking, gosh, he's close, he's braking late. It was too late for him to make the corner.
It's a big, big moment, and very well kept together as well, to then come out of that unfortunate incident coming down towards Lisboa, and then to avoid the race leader with his nose in to the tyre wall on the corner. Yeah, he should do the Russell, definitely.
Absolutely.
And luck is going that way.
It's one of those days, isn't it? We are in a gambling capital, but we saw it in the GT3 race, the Macau GT Cup for Mauro Engel. We've seen it, in a sense, in the Greater Bay Area GT Cup for the GT4 cars for Han Li Chao as well. Lights are still on atop the safety car as it makes its way now through Fisherman's. So again, an opportunity for drivers from this region to take centre stage in our final support race before the Grand Prix itself.
Yeah, and of course, all of the ceremony that leads up to the start of that race, where young drivers will have never seen anything like it building up to a motor race. We've been watching it sort of unfold over the last 2 hours. The lion dance is a traditional event that takes place before the start of the Grand Prix, and the athletes, the can't call them dancers, they are absolute athletes that perform the lion dance for us at the front of the field, have been there in costume for the last hour and a half at very least, at the just on the other side of the start-finish line in the paddock, and warming up, getting muscle stretches done, and that is a treat to savour in the run-up towards the start of the Macau Grand Prix every year. And
another treat, I think, is going to be the release of this pack of cars, because the safety car has crawled through at something like 2 minutes slower than it was doing earlier, and I think that is to try and get everybody together. There are still a few stragglers, but the bulk of the field, I think, now is pretty much on the tail of the safety car, certainly the top dozen or so.
There were 7, so
yeah,
those 3 have done well.
Right, yeah, the second group is just going over the line now, so there's about half a minute between the first group and the second, so they're getting closer as Terence Say accelerates on, but the race director, I think, is going to have to bite the bullet sooner or later, and if you haven't caught up, well, hard luck, we've given you a chance.
Aston Martins are always a very, very pretty car, but that 87 car of Yang Chao is looking a little bit second-hand, isn't it? Before we get the restart underway, weaving cars from side to side, because they're getting the information, as we are, from race control, that the safety car confirmed is coming in this lap.
And we'll see how many laps, how many minutes of racing we are going to be able to crowbar in as the field comes then towards the end of lap number 5 of what was scheduled to be a 10-lap race. So Toyota leading, BMWs, which are a very popular GT4 car, running second and third. Mercedes-AMG, Kevin Say fourth. Porsche fifth, Porsche Cayman. And then in sixth place, it is another one of the BMWs, Calvin Burke. So up the hill they climb. Hanley Chow, race leader, and let's see what he can do on the resumption of this Greater Bay Area GT Cup race.
Not sure those tyres are going to be quite in pristine condition, are they?
Well, he's proved this weekend that he's a spectacular driver, so he's going to be worth watching no matter what state the tyres are in. But we just want to get the cars back racing. The Rover Oil BMW of Liang Jiatong goes through in third place. Of course, the leading Supra is on a BMW floor plan, so similar type of car. And that long-nosed Supra, very successful in the GT4 European Series and French GT4 and the GT World Challenge Asia GT4 category as well.
So on lap number 5, the BMW safety car will peel off into pit lane. We've said it quite a few times, exemplary work done by the safety car over the course of 4 days here at Macau this year. Called into action many times, and not just for leading a field around the circuit, but also for clearing water on the circuit as well. There's a fleet of track vehicles and course vehicles which were deployed early on in the morning on a number of days to try and dry the track out to allow racing to get underway. And the schedule today, bearing in mind the challenges that they have had, is pretty much back on course for the timetable that we received before the start of this morning, which is impressive stuff, really.
It is indeed, yes. Bravo to the whole organising committee of the Macau Grand Prix this year, the 71st running. It's extraordinary to think that this event has been going for so long. It's evolved, the categories have changed over the years, but the circuit has not. It remains this amazing shape. And a real challenge no matter what the car you are in. Safety car will be in this time, then its lights are extinguished, and we've got 6 laps on the clock, but the race director may well have to look to the clock rather than the number of laps in due course.
Started from the paddock behind the safety car peeled off and got the race underway, and that incident, that track block down at Lisboa, was the cause for the second arrival of the safety car. And now the pin is pulled for Hanley Chow, accelerates up towards the conclusion of lap number 5, and racing will be back underway. Toyota from BMW, it's just a different BMW.
Really good restart though for Hanley Chow, who leads the way as he accelerates up towards the timing line. He will come across the beam with quite an advantage as we go racing once more. Toyota, BMW, and it's game on for 4th place in the background, because Kevin Say and Zhao Wei Yang have got absolutely side by side, and through has gone, in fact, Yang. So Yang Zhao goes through ahead of the Mercedes-AMG, and there, look, the Cayman is very definitely a car to watch. It's got the indicator on briefly, flick that off. So it's all busy in the cockpit for Yang Zhao as the leading Hanley Chow Toyota comes down towards Lisboa. The BMWs move across the middle of the road to look for the best line, and then go back to the far outside to try to square off the corner down to Lisboa. Hanley Chow leads, and we're on lap number 6.
Neater and tidier on the entry to Lisboa this time for the race leader, and threading his way through. Absolutely right. It was a superb restart for Hanley Chow, the race leader. Got things underway nice and quickly, and then left a BMW battle, which you can see just in the background there. The second and third places on the podium, they battled it out together. We've got Porsche just behind as well in 4th place, having made that place up on the restart. And the race leader, well, remarkable really on this first lap after the restart, has been able to pull a good comfortable gap already.
Hanley Chow getting away. Game on for 2nd place though, isn't it? Lokar Chun in the bright yellow BMW with the green nose and the yellow back, the Lebanon line, has got the Rover Oils car of Liang Jiatong right up behind now. The angle was a bit disappointing in qualifying, didn't quite go as well as we anticipated, but he's on his toes here, looking to try to go through into 2nd place as the BMWs battle down the hill. They've missed out on a GT3 win as a brand. Can BMW score GT4 honours? Seemingly no. That Toyota looking very fleet of foot, but there's a good battle on for 2nd and 3rd, and it's going to be a 3-way fight before long, because look, heading up towards Donna Maria, the 4th placed Porsche of Yang Zhao is getting closer all the time.
Yeah, the Porsche closing in, and the BMWs have closed up once again as well. They briefly, at the start of this climbing section of the circuit, had a bit of daylight between the two of them. No daylight between the two of them as they head down from the Melco hairpin now. The battle well and truly on for second place, and the fact that they are battling is allowing the race leader, who just went out of shot, as we keep an eye on the two BMWs for second and third, the leading Toyota. Look at that, the advantage already. What's it going to be in terms of time when we get up towards the line and complete 6 laps, because that's where they're going to be at the end of this one. A squeal of tyres as BMWs go side by side up to the conclusion of 6 laps, and the BMWs absolutely together.
Absolutely right. So now Liang Jiatong there in the white and yellow car in third place, the second of these two on the back of Lo Ka-chun as they go across the timing line. Of course, it's a quick Toyota up front, but these two BMs battling, delaying one another. That's enabling Han Li Chao to get away. Fastest lap of the race he has just done. He leads by 2.6 seconds. We've got 4 laps to go, and in a straight line there, Lo Ka-chun just gaps ever so slightly Liang Jiatong, and that margin stretches on the run down towards Lisboa. In 4th place, Yang Zhaowei. Kevin Say 5th, and dropping back with Calvin Leung in 6th place.
And not surprising to see that Lo Ka-chun in 2nd place put in the overall best first sector on the run down towards Lisboa by some margin as well. A 27.3 for Lo Ka-chun, and the leader a 28.5 on that first sector. Really good pace by the 2nd place BMW, closing the gap now to the Toyota.
Absolutely right. So Lo Ka-chun hustling on, and drama there. Somebody's got up the escape road at Lisboa. We'll try and unravel who that is in a moment as the leading 3 come downhill. I wonder whether Han Li Chao had a moment. Yes, he did. It was a slow 2nd sector where he threw away about 0.6 of a second, and that's why the gap has come down. So maybe he had a wobble. Either way, he's now trying to regroup and get away once again. The two BMWs hustle on behind. Lo Ka-chun 2nd, in 3rd Liang Jiatong, and again Liang there looks to the inside, unable to find a way past.
We're going to have a 3-way battle, aren't we, before too long, because overall best in the first sector is 2nd place Lo Ka-chun. Overall best in the 2nd sector is Liang Jiatong.
And that was Terence Tay going up the escape road at Lisboa, and that was the reason for the yellow flag there, and also the car that we couldn't identify under the scaffolding. Well, now we can. There are the 3 leaders then, heading to Donna Maria. And bearing in mind that Han Li Chao led by 2.6 seconds last time, it's a really different picture this lap through as they come towards the Melco hairpin. No overtaking allowed, nor are you allowed to cross that yellow line on the right-hand side as the driver comes into the hairpin, because if you were to do that, then the corner would just be totally undrivable with the amount of lock available. The Porsche 4th of Yang Zhaowei, having worked his way up into 4th place, struggling to go after the 3 leaders.
Which is peculiar, because it was carrying really good pace and getting onto the back of the BMWs with no mistake at all. But now we've got the top 3 absolutely tied together. 2.6 seconds the advantage at the end of lap number 6. And now, as they fan out almost 3 abreast to complete the lap number 7 about to be completed, the 2 BMWs tied together. The Toyota leads, but only just. The gap is down from 2.6 seconds to 0.1 of a second, just a tenth.
Not entirely sure what's happened to Han Li Chao's amazing pace, but he's now really on the back foot, because Lo Ka-chun in the green-nosed BMW comes up to have a go. Lights are flashing. Liang Jiatong, the BMs go to the outside line, heading down towards Mandarin. Change for the lead, change for second. Lo Ka-chun leads. Liang Jiatong goes round the outside as well. So a car that looked so dominant on the first lap is now really struggling. Has he gone for the wrong choice of tyre? Has he got a mechanical problem? Either way, Han Li Chao drops to 3rd, and Lo Ka-chun now, having gone through into the race lead, is away and gone, isn't he? Because he's being able to build that advantage as they head up the hill.
I'm pretty sure that I saw Han Li Chao pulling over to, as we looked at it, the left-hand side of the tarmac before the BMW safety car came in, and that's where the wet bits would have been. So maybe that's what the problem is. But whatever, there is a problem. Lo Ka-chun put in the best lap of the race in his pursuit of the race leader at the end of the last lap. 2:42, we've got got a problem down at Lisboa. It is the 77 car which has hit the barrier. So that's Lau Kim Ho in the Ginetta G55, and it is stricken.
And it was 8th as well. So Lau Kim Ho out of the race, seemingly, unless he can hook reverse gear, depends on the damage as well. So Liang Jiatong trying to get back onto terms with Lo Ka Chun, who did the fastest lap last time through. The gap is coming down, I think, as they weave left and right, coming through the mountain part of the circuit down towards Police, and then up towards Moorish they will go. Great scrap going on between these two, and again Liang Jiatong now looks like he's got the pace. A little bit of time lost getting past Han Li Chao, who's barely in shot anymore, but now he's regrouped and he's back up with the race leader.
So the two BMWs go around Donna Maria, the run towards the Melco hairpin. Two BMWs as one as they go single file through the Melco hairpin. The green light flashing at the exit of the corner. Different lines taken into the approach of the Melco hairpin. Is that going to play into the hands of Liang Jiatong, who is the pursuing Rover backed BMW? Still flashing lights. Let's have a look what happened down at Lisboa, and just getting it wrong into the corner and hitting the tyre barrier on the outside of the corner. But the flashing of the lights to try and force an error has been something that Liang Jiatong has done race long. At the moment, it's not doing anything to put off Lo Ka Chun, who leads the race.
But both of these are under investigation for the starting procedure. So Lo Ka Chun, Liang Jiatong, and there's another one under investigation, Kan Che Wei, also number 11. They're all under investigation as the Ginetta is rather unceremoniously pointed out of the way, but it opens up the road, so that's a thumbs up all round. These drivers under investigation, as I say. Lo Ka Chun really good on this part of the circuit, isn't he? Look at the way the gap stretches out once again, and Liang Jiatong tries to close that margin, but he's dropped 4 tenths within the first sector of the lap alone. He's good on the brakes, gets back over the tail there, and he's really good up towards San Francisco. Door closed in his face by Lo Ka Chun. We've got this lap and one more to go.
The two BMWs very, very close on this section of the circuit, and two BMWs fighting it out. Now, we've seen earlier on that touring cars can overtake on this section of the circuit. Let's see if that's the same for GT4 cars, because there could potentially be a change for the lead. They are that close on the climbing section of the gear circuit. Great battles down the order as well. You're looking at the number 15 car and making a place up on the run down towards Lisboa. That's Chen Chung-hua in the Mercedes. The Level Motorsports entered car, and the BMWs are trying to go side by side on this section of the circuit. What a battle this is between the two BMWs. Boy, oh boy, there is nothing between the two of them. And yeah, Lo Ka Chun cannot afford to put a wheel wrong. That battle, Mercedes and Aston Martin, as there is a nod to the traditional colours of Aston Martin, and also a nod to the liveries that we see in this part of the world as well. Love that car. It's having a great race as well. Two BMWs absolutely neck and neck.
And with one more lap to run at the end of this, to Melco hairpin they come. Liang Jiatong then gets almost up to the Armco there, very nearly takes a layer of paint off the wing mirror. He looks the quicker at various parts of the track, and mysteriously Han Li Chao, even though he's fallen a long way back from the leaders, which must be on slicks, I wonder whether he and many others went wet and were a bit overcautious. He's not being caught by Yang Zhaowei in 4th. Here they come to the outside line. Liang Jiatong tries to go around the outside, fails. The car squirms as he applies the power, and he throws away a length in the process as now they sprint once again down towards our bend. It's going to be the start of the last lap. This seems to be where Lo Ka Chun has the advantage. Last time Lo did the fastest lap. Over the timing line they go. The last lap board is there. Lo Ka Chun versus Liang Jiatong. One more lap.
One more lap to go then for the two BMWs. The last lap board being displayed, and this is going to be fascinating. I don't think flashing the headlights works. It's been tried every single lap by Liang Jiatong, and so far, Lo Ka-chun has not put a wheel wrong. He's got a bit of daylight as well as Lo Ka-chun, so the leader for the first time. The pressure is released just a little bit on the run down towards Lisboa. You can pick your line when you haven't got a car right the way behind, and that's exactly what he's done. Now, they close up on this section of the circuit. They have done so far during this race. Will they on the final lap?
The margin grew by that traditional 0.4 of a second in the first sector, and it then means that Liang has to spend quite a lot of the lap trying to repair the damage, in a sense, get himself back into the mix. Teams looking on from the pit lane. No garages for them. They all have to sort of camp outside the FR Macau Grand Prix teams' garages and look at their monitors. Absolute best middle sector, though, by Liang. So he comes back at Lo Ka-chun. My fear is that by the time he's arrived on his tail at the Melco hairpin, it's going to be too late, because then we're going to go back to the part of the circuit where Lo is the strongest. But the gap does come down through the Solitude S's. They drop down the hill, heading towards Police and then towards Moorish. This, the last lap of the Greater Bay Area GT Cup. It may have been an interrupted race with that safety car, but we've had some great battling, some great racing, and we're not done yet. Liang has proved that he can have a go pretty much anywhere. Around here, he's got a quicker car, but is mysteriously his M4 narrower than the one ahead. It needs to be to find a gap.
has a look on the outside as they go up towards the left-hander, Donna Maria, and certainly makes the intent very, very clear. The flashing of the headlights has continued throughout the lap. They now go into the no overtaking place at Melco hairpin. It almost had a look as well. Overlapped certainly the front and the back of the first and second place cars. There is a bit of traffic ahead as well as they head down from the Melco hairpin. It is going to be the #1 car, which is directly in front of them. They go side by side, the two BMWs.
And the back marker gets out of the way. Lo Ka-chun back onto the pile, just, I think, able to do that quicker than Liang Jiatong was. So the margin is 2 BMW lengths, and it's just enough to keep Lo Ka-chun ahead, although late braking by Liang brings him back into the mix. Checkered flag at the ready. They're going to be nose to tail. They're almost going to be overlapping, in fact, on the way up towards the line. It's a virtual dead heat between the two, and Lo Ka-chun just the winner by 8 thousandths of a second. He was a little bit slow off the corner, and Liang Jiatong made the move up alongside, and he missed out by 8 thousandths. That is about a blink. Wow, what a finish. What a race.
Macau keeps on giving, doesn't it? Thousandths of a second between the two BMWs at the conclusion of 10 laps around the gear circuit. What a treat that was. I wouldn't have predicted that slower cars about to be lapped were going to play a part in that, but on the run to the line, it certainly did.
GT cars have done us proud today, haven't they? GT3 and GT4. Yes. That sort of gives BMW a little bit of consolation after losing the Macau GT Cup, winning the Greater Bay Area GT Cup instead. It is a win for Lo Ka-chun, Liang Jiatong second, and Han Li Chao in third place. Bearing in mind he led by 2.6 seconds at the end of lap 1, or the first racing lap, I should say. Han Li Chao ended up 15 seconds adrift. And I suspect quite a lot of that for drivers was going on to wets, thinking the road would be wetter than it was.
I suspect that is absolutely spot on, but that was a treat of a race, wasn't it? I am so pleased that viewers around the world can enjoy Macau at its very best this afternoon. We have had some superb racing. 2 GT races, GT3, GT4, both of them absolutely spellbinding, and the crowds in the grandstands here at Macau can applaud and enjoy and savour these moments, all part of the build-up to the 2024 Macau Grand Prix, the 71st Grand Prix of Macau.
So the BMW drivers make that run back down towards the pit lane. We may not have seen the cars be released onto the circuit for that, but boy, they delivered good racing, and we will see them all on the podium. Umbrellas are going up, and it's to start to shield from a bit of the heat, which is good news. It has been quite a trying day for the race officials, but the road does now look set fair for one more race of Grand Prix weekend. Comes around quickly, doesn't it, the end of the day, and that last race will be the Macau Grand Prix itself, with a new category to debut for the Macau Grand Prix. And the cars for that will be on circuit in about an hour's time. However, before that, there will be the line dance, there will be the introduction of the drivers, and there'll be the podium for the Greater Bay Area GT Cup for Lo Ka-chun, Liang Jiatong, and Han Li Chao. BMW, Toyota, and a very happy Lo Ka-chun taking the race win.
Always worth watching the drivers when they get back to Parc Fermé and get themselves so speedily out of the cars and see the joy, the elation and the emotion in Parc Fermé being on the podium, the very grand podium here at Macau, which was new for last year, celebrating 70 years of the Macau Grand Prix. A huge television screen was put in as the backdrop to the podium, and it carries all of the race action. At the moment, it's showing the slowdown lap for the winning drivers, and as the Toyota in third place threads its way around, very soon the cars will get back to Parc Fermé and you'll see what it means to them to win here at Macau. BMWs make their way into the paddock. They go past the athletes that will perform the line dance very soon now. The time here in Macau is fast approaching 2:45 local time. Line dance due to happen here, I think, at 3:20.
Yes, they're not to be denied their opportunity, are they? They are eager to come and perform. It's a great accolade to be asked to be one of the athletes, one of the dancers within that line dance. And there is the runner-up, Liang Jiatong, then making his way into the Parc Fermé area. And as ever, Alan, I can anticipate happy smiley faces beaming from the car as they will wriggle clear in a minute.
And the speed at which they wriggle clear of the cars is to be enjoyed, because they can get themselves out of these race cars incredibly quickly to enjoy the moment of victory, or runner-up, or second runner-up on the podium. The top three will all appear, and Liang Jiatong, surprisingly, very happy to be on the podium, and very grateful to sponsors Rover Motor Oils.
And the race winner, Lo Ka-chun, has really milked his slowing down lap. He has only just arrived, but Liang Jiatong pointing at the team and the sponsor logos on his overalls. Now, don't forget that they are under investigation, the top two, for the starting procedure.
Oh, yeah.
What that may or may not have done for them, what they may have done wrong, we're not being told, but their starting procedure is being looked at.
We didn't see the actual start of the race,
no.
did we? Because the podium for the previous race was still taking place. So quick fire have been the start procedures for the races today. And the race winner has arrived in Parc Fermé now.
So out gets Lo Ka-chun, and Liang Jiatong there to celebrate with him. Do you reckon he's happy?
I love these celebrations. I absolutely love them.
Absolutely over the moon, isn't he? Lo Ka-chun then is the race winner.
Savour the moment down in Parc Fermé. It's not easy to win a race at Macau, and that race was far from easy. And yeah, Lo Ka-chun enjoying every single moment of the slowdown lap and every single moment of the celebration in Parc Fermé as well. Han Li Chao coming over and offering congratulations.
And we talk about this as being one of the local races. Bear in mind that Lo Ka-chun these days is in New Zealand. So he's under a New Zealand licence, and a really impressive job done. Sponsors, teams, everybody recognised.
Well, we say every year how important it is to drivers from this area of the world to have the opportunity of doing what they do on the world stage, and that's proof. Both of our top two drivers pointing at their sponsors. They can't go racing without them, and now the two of them talking to each other down in Parc Fermé, congratulating each other, a handshake between each other, and they will enjoy in a moment the ultimate moments of thanking their sponsors when they climb aboard the podium at Macau.
And our attention will turn shortly to the build-up to the Macau Grand Prix, but we have the drivers going to the scales first, because within the regulations for GT4 there is a minimum weight for the car and the driver combines. So you take the weight of the driver, put that into the system. The cars will be weighed as well. So it's tempting to think that the story is over at the checkered flag. Not always. So Lokar Chun makes his way to the scales. He thinks, what a good job I only had yogurt this morning. There is Liang Jiatong celebrating second place. Still hasn't got his crash helmet off.
No.
And Han Li Chao should be there somewhere. But Lokar Chun taking a Macau win, absolutely over the moon about it.
Celebrations will continue, and the officials here at Macau will be very keen to bring those celebrations to a halt, to get the drivers over to the podium, because we've got the no small matter of a Macau Grand Prix to enjoy. Wonderful scenes. I'll tell you what else is wonderful as well. The sun is trying to break through here at Macau.
Anybody else for the photograph? All smile. Crash helmet there, sponsor logos all shown. 1, 2, 3, big cheer in a moment.
Superstar.
The scrutineer that's just walked past with his noise meter has noticed it's gone off the clock. Right.
Come on, podium now.
Thank you. No, very good.
The officials will take him very quickly to the back of the podium, which already is prepared. The officials are there to make sure that the speed with which we can get the winning drivers to the podium is absolutely as quick as possible. Lokar Chun wins the Greater Bay Area GT Cup for GT4 cars. Liang Jiatong some 0.08 of a second behind, and the erstwhile race leader Han Li Chao in the Toyota in third place. They'll be appearing on the podium in due course, but another super GT race here at Macau. As we say, the sunshine is coming out. The build-up to the Macau Grand Prix is very soon going to unfold in front of the packed grandstands here at Macau, and all of the colour and the ceremony building up to the Macau Grand Prix is about to unfold.
As the drivers make their way from the Greater Bay Area GT Cup race to the podium. A quick look at the best bits of what was a really lively race.
If you want to play tough and want to hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you want to play tough and want to hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you want to play tough and want to hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the trophy presentation ceremony of the Greater Bay Area GT Cup of the 71st Macau Grand Prix. And first of all, please welcome our winning drivers to be on the podium. The second one-up, number 21, Han Li Chao. Congratulations. And the first one-up, number 99, Liang Jiatong. Congratulations. And our winning driver, number 14, Lo Ka Chen. Wow, what a match. Congratulations. May I invite our winning drivers to be on the podium. And now, we would like to invite our presenters. First, please welcome Ms. Annie Loy, Assistant Vice President of Corporate Social Responsibility of Public Relations of Galaxy Entertainment Group, to present the laurel and the trophy to our second runner-up. And now, please welcome Ms. Carol Tai, Vice President of External Affairs of Galaxy Entertainment Group, to present the laurel and the trophy to our first runner-up, Liang Jiatong, number 99. And now, please welcome Mr. Buddy Lam, Director of Corporate Affairs of Galaxy Entertainment Group, to present the laurel and the trophy to our winning driver, Lo Ka Chen. Please gather at the center and let's take a good photo, please. 有請各位移步到中間，我哋嚟張大合照。All right, our drivers, please look to the front. Let's take a good photo together. Congratulations. What an amazing race. Thank you, our guests. Thank you. Would all drivers please remain? 有請各位留步，前過嚟了步。Because it's our celebration time. The celebratory champagne is ready for you. Let's get the champagne pop. Enjoy the champagne shower. Okay, congratulations. Woo. Thank you. Once again, congratulations to all winning drivers. 再次掌聲恭喜晒咁多位獲獎嘅車手，再一次我們掌聲恭喜獲獎的各位車手，感謝你們。Let's keep looking forward to our upcoming wonderful and amazing races. See you soon. Thank you.